Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your purchase of your Jayco Octane 273. Guys picked a pretty cool toy hauler here. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. No slide to worry about, so what you need to take into consideration is where your power and water connections are going to be. They're both going to be on your off camp side, just in front of your tires, both your power and your city water connect. So park accordingly so that you can use the facilities at the campsite. Make sure your garage door can open up. And then we're going to level your unit. Now I do recommend getting a stick on level, find the middle of this unit, stick it on there and have someone watch that while you come to your power tongue jack with a docking light, and simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. Now should you lose power, underneath this rubber stopper is a manual override. There's a hand crank for that. Speaking of power, check your battery posts. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose. And then once you got a unit level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize the unit. You have stabilizing jacks on all four corners. There's 3/4 inch hand crank. Simply put that on there and crank these down. Now this does set up a little higher, so if you want to use a impact driver or 3/4 inch socket on the end of a drill gun, you can run these down in a matter of seconds. But what I do recommend, if you do that, slow down when you get to the bottom, because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You only want to bring them down to their taunt, preferably on some jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris and hot blacktop in the summer, keep them from sinking. Better distribute the weight, just a wise investment. So use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of them, run these stabilizing jacks down just until they're taunt. Once you got your unit level and stable, next thing we're going to do is hook our power and water up. So come back over here, you have this long 30 amp cord. Show you the way these hook on now. So they go in. Once they're in, they twist to the right to lock on, and then put on your gray washer. At the end of this 30 amp service, should you need it, there's a 30 to 110 adapter. Comes with your convenience pack if you want to plug in at home. Got our power hooked up, let's do our water. Here's your city water connection. First and foremost, water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water in here or through your black tank flush. Hook that up, hook your city hose up yet, but don't turn our water on yet. Just to the left is your hot water heater. All we're going to do at this point is make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that back in there nice and snug, then you can turn your water on. Go inside and open up your hot water tap. It's not going to come out hot, but once water comes out of there, you know your hot water heater is full and you can turn it on from indoors. Now let's say we're going camping and we're not going to use city water, we're going out dry docking and we're going to use potable water. Simply fill this up with a hose, no water pressure regulator needed. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve here, or 2, you can go inside and hold down your fresh water button and that'll tell you when your tank is full. Just remember, when using potable water, you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump if using city water, it's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp now. Let me go ahead and show you around the rest of the unit. Then we'll go inside. So potable water, just below that is your furnace heat release. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that, it'll get rather warm. There's where you hook your cable up. There's a vent right there for your garage, your ladder to go up and check your seams. Go up there about twice a year and caulk as needed. The power connection, city water connection, your low point drain. Again, your hot water heater. Your gray holding tank handle and your black holding tank handle. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. The other low point drain. There's your black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite as well. Outdoor shower. Inside here will be your battery. And over here is your pass-through storage. We got this all locked up for you. Big pass-through storage area. The previous owner put a couple of these little lights in here. May need batteries. Great place to store your sewage hose. You can leave the campsite. The propane tanks do have a regulator. Simply point this toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. Again, your power tongue jack. There's a cover for your propane tanks. Prepped for solar on the side. You can hook up a solar panel here and that'll trickle charge your battery. Your big pass-through storage with all your hitch work in it. Again, stabilizing jacks. This will help lock your door back. Steps that fold up underneath. Do you have 110 out here? Outdoor speakers. And another vent. Your spare tire. There's a crank in the storage area. Manual crank to run down your spare tire. And that brings us to our garage. Garage opens up pretty simple. Simply snap that up. Press in and out on these. It says heavy door, but trust me, one person can bring these down. Pull from the handle. It's on a big spring. And softly set it down. Did it all by myself. Pretty easy job. This is also prepped for a Furion backup camera. Device that you can purchase from our store that sets on the dash of your tow vehicle. On your backup camera for the unit. Simply lift and walk these back up. Bring this over here. Snap it in. You do have locks on these too. Remember, if you got your toys in here, make sure you use your deadbolt key and lock those. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look on the inside. Okay, so coming up into your unit, first thing I like to point out to everyone is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Also in your entry doorway, as soon as you enter on the floor, is your access panel to your fuses and breaker box. We said you got mostly 15s in there. I'd recommend having a handful of those with you when you go camping. Right here on the wall, also on the entryway, is your furnace. I'll turn the air on first. Just turn this down. Your air kicks on. You shut your air off, it shuts off immediately. Turn the heat on. Turn this up. Your heat kicked on. But you notice when you shut this off, the furnace always takes a few minutes to shut off. So just set this at the desired temperature and you're good to go. Up here's your control panel. This is for running your awning in and out. This is for your bed. We'll go over that in a moment. Over here is where you check the levels of your tanks, your brand new battery, your fresh water. That's the button you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. And then your black and gray tanks. Just keep an eye on them and see when you need to dump them. Below that's your water pump. You turn that on to fuse and potable water. Water heater, if hooked up to gas on this side, and turn on your water heater here if you're hooked up to electric. Ramp lights for the back. This cargo master, that has to be turned on in order for the bunks to even work up here. As you see, nothing happens. Now it does. Down here is lighting. Running the unit, you know about your tie downs. A lot of one-touch individual lighting in the unit. These are vents. Simply press out on those. That'll vent this out for you if you have your toys in here. Over to your stove. This is a hand light one, so you have to set this to light and then hand light it with a lighter. Below that, your self-explanatory microwave. Up here is your sound system. Turn that on. Oh, they got it set to Bluetooth. See how long it just took your system to your furnace to shut off. So I'll find FM here eventually. Okay, here's FM. So you got dual zone. You play music's playing indoors. You can select here. You can change your band loudness. Touch it for mute. Hold it in for silence. Up here's where it's pre-wired for solar. If you ever decide to completely wire this unit for solar, here's a template for the techs. USB ports. This is all prepped for a TV. If you decide to get a TV, when you get to the campsite, before running your digital channel scan, go ahead and press that green button in it. That's a digital channel enhancer. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. On your Nordic fridge, turn it on here. Here's your modes. It's on auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, it's on electric. As soon as you unplug, it'll go to gas. It'll say auto and gas. That's just electric, that's just gas. Over here you change your temperatures, 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. Shut that off here. Up here your ceiling is your antenna. Crank that to the right for that. A hand crank open vent, your AC unit. Come back here into the bathroom real quick. Just want to mention in here is where your 110 with GFCI resets at. And then back here in the bedroom, you have your 110s on the side, a hand crank open vent, and this is prepped for a TV. Here's a backer, there's your 110 and cable. Remember when you're traveling to make sure you have this snapped. We're gonna act like we're leaving now. We're gonna close up the unit. What I like to do is shut off lights, and then you can see all the individual lighting that you need to shut off by hand. Now we'll go to the main control panel and shut off the power to the unit. Show you what I mean here. So I like to come up here and shut off all these interior lights, and then I can see all the individual lights I need to go through and turn off. But before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and bring your bed down. So before I go any further, I'm starting to run this down. If you want to bring down the bunk as well, when you bring this back up, there's a cotter pin, one on each corner. Pull all 4 of those, and when this is up, it'll bring down the bed as well, and the bed will stop about halfway. We'll go ahead and run down just the bottom part. Show you how to set these up real quick. You have a ladder up on top of that top bunk for getting onto the bunk. So run down rather quickly. That's about, top bunk will stop about halfway, and then you can leave this down for a bed and have another seating area down here. Bring this all the way down until it stops. Pull on this handle that releases this and allows you to flip this backwards. Now if you do use it for a bed, put these feet down. Other than that, there's how you fold it up for a seating area. Again, fold this back down to use it for storage. Of course, lift it back up. I'm going to leave your cotter pins in there. They tend to get lost if not. But again, you'll hear this click when it goes up. And that's when you're at the point that you can pull those cotter pins. We also have another vent down there. And another fire extinguisher back here. Those window covers just snap on. You can take them off when you arrive. Listen here. That click. All you do again is just remove these cotter pins, and then top bunk will come down as well. Alright, let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. Then I'll go out and open up your garage door. Shut off your cargo bed. Now you can see all the individual light you need to shut off. Let me walk through and do that real quick. So as I was going around shutting off all the lights except for what can be controlled here, I remembered that I forgot your 12-volt carbon monoxide detector. The reason I mentioned this is 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're going to be gone for the day, disconnect the battery to keep this from running your battery down. What brought my attention was this light here is your little highlight around there. Alright, we got our unit all closed up. Close all of our doors. Again, make sure your bedroom doors snap back. Shut off all of our lighting and head out of the unit. When you come out of the unit, lock and deadbolt your door. Lift this up. Bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come back around here to our low point drain. You dump that. You hooked up to city water. You have the low point drain. He's right up underneath there. Come to your hot water heater. You're going to open up this pressure release valve. It's going to jump all your water out of here. Remember to close this back down, otherwise your exterior door won't close. And then pull your drain plug. Unhook our cable, hook up our hitch, and then head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, you can take the sewage hose, 10-footer, comes in your convenience pack. Hook that up here. First thing in pull is your black tank. Pull that black handle. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, we're going to again take our water pressure regulator and we're going to hook up to this tank flush valve. Hook your hose up to that, keep your black handle open, turn on the hose, and let that spray out your black tank. Then clean all that nastiness out of there. Close that up, shut off your hose, close your black handle, and then pull your gray tank. Gray tank is going to be your cleaning waters, your sinks and your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then store it in a sanitary place. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase of this Octane. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.